Well, it is the dating trend taking TikTok by storm that could be doing more harm than good for your love life. Micro-cheating is seen as a series of acts that suggests disloyalty that doesn't technically count as being unfaithful.
But according to our next guest, it's not as clear-cut or easy to detect as you might think. So how can you break down the behaviours and spot the signs of micro-cheating to protect your relationship?
Here to tell us more is relationship expert and counsellor Laura Press. Morning, Laura. Nice to see you. Explain to us what micro-cheating actually is and what makes it so complex.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Look, micro-cheating is those small actions and behaviours that our partner might do that lead us to question, whether they're actually committed to the relationship emotionally and physically. And it's so complex because really it's a very big grey area in that some people perceive micro-cheating as cheating, whereas another set of couples perceive it as, that grey line, that's that step towards cheating but not cheating itself. And then another lot of couples really view it as actually cheating.
So the concern, I guess, Laura, is what this micro-cheating can then lead to.
Yes, and it is concerning because it really can play on people's anxieties, worries and fears, and especially if they've had, previous relationships where there's been the trust broken, it can actually bring that all up to the surface and really highlight sometimes some deeper trust and communication issues.
Can you give us some examples of what you mean? You've mentioned some of the common signs already, but so give us some examples of what you mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I mean by that is, inappropriately texting somebody else, liking a photo online, really, talking to an ex, maybe lying to a partner or, flirting with a friend. Those types of things are examples of micro-cheating. It's those small actions and they really vary in, intensity levels as well. Sometimes they're very tiny and sometimes they're a bit more to that.
This used to be called having an emotional affair. Is that kind of what you mean?
So an emotional affair is a little different in the fact that an emotional affair is really where there's that love connection. So there's more of a care, concern for the other person. Whereas this is just more really small actions. Like I said, like liking that post or kind of just that tiny step outside of the boundaries of the relationship. It's more of that small action. Yeah.
Yes, so stopping just short of kind of that flagrant transgression that you might consider a breach. What should someone do if they suspect they suspect micro-cheating in a partner?
Yeah, absolutely. So firstly, just not to react and not overreact, because honestly, we can catastrophize things in our mind and we can overthink them and make them bigger than what they are. So kind of remain calm and then communicate clearly with your partner. It's so important that you have this conversation and then set clear boundaries. Often we really don't talk about, setting boundaries around passwords and things like that. And it's so important that we have that clear communication because boundaries mean something different for everybody. And lastly, it's really important to seek, professional help if needed, because sometimes there can be that deeper underlying trust and communication issue under there that needs to be worked through.
Okay, we've seen a number of new relationship trends going viral in recent years. Do you think that this is becoming problematic in relationships?
Yeah, look, honestly, I do. I've seen a lot of clients, watch viral TikToks or memes and things like that and have changed their relationship status based on these bite-sized bits of information that really are generic and non-specific to them. And it can be really detrimental and harmful to the relationship. So it's important to be discerning when on social media around relationship advice because, also anyone's creating that content too.
Sure. But also like liking somebody's photo, like a male liking a female's photo or vice versa doesn't necessarily constitute micro-cheating, does it?
No, not necessarily.
No,
and this is why... Yeah, and this is why it becomes really complex.
What about 10 likes in a week?
I don't know. I've had plenty of male friends who might like things of mine, or I might like a male's photo. That doesn't, by and of itself, doesn't mean that you're micro-cheating, does it?
No, exactly. And this is where it becomes so deeply complex in that every couple views this so differently. And it's really important to be aware that, a lot of couples are totally okay with that kind of thing, but there are some people that they might take it and that's where it really plays on the fears and insecurities and can kind of amplify and be blown up sometimes to more than what it is. But again, it really does depend because it depends sometimes on the nature of the photo and things like that. So there's a lot of nuances to it.
Well, I'm not posting bikini photos. So it's okay.
And I'm not posting Speedo photos either, just quietly.
Yeah,
Not in any of those areas.
You are a little sensitive because not many people liked your ballet shots from yesterday.
Not many people at all. And just when I mentioned Speedo photos, a lot of people in the crew are saying no, absolutely not under any circumstances.
Thank you so much.
Which is kind of alarming, to be honest. We'll discuss that off air.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Laura.
Sue, for you, we are meeting the 9-year-old